Welcome to Rogue Media Network. You have a vision, and we can help you broadcast it. With over 150 podcasts distributed locally, nationally, and internationally, we pride ourselves in delivering high-quality professional content that's filled with humor, information, and entertainment. Are you an avid podcast listener? Discover relatable and reliable shows that cater to a plethora of tastes and interests. From enlightening discussions to lighthearted banter, there's something for everyone. And here's the best part. You can start your own show with Rogue Media Network. We specialize in providing a platform to amplify diverse voices and perspectives, making sure everyone gets a chance to be heard. So why wait? Tune into our podcast and explore a world of ideas and stories, or step up and let the world hear yours. Call us today at 254-300-7982. Visit us at roguemedianetwork.com or send us an email at hello@roguemedianetwork.com. Join the podcast revolution with Rogue Media Network today.
Gossip at the Corpse Cart contains graphic and explicit content that may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome back to Gossip at the Corpse Cart.
Yeah.
It's a very special episode because Kenyon's back.
I'm back
she's
for Gak.
Back for Gak. Now we don't have to popcorn read your confessions anymore, although I really liked doing that.
That was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The confessions are just a good old time.
Uh-huh.
A raucous time.
Mm-hmm.
They are a
I got some
raucous time.
real special ones for us this month.
Oh,
Ugh.
good. Well, yeah, Gossip at the Corpse Cart. This is us, the Wine and Crime Gals, where we talk about shit that you've sent us for the most
Yep.
part.
Yep.
And I'm Lucy.
Ooh, I'm Kenyon.
I'm Amanda.
Yay. We're back. It feels
Wow.
so good.
Wow.
We're united.
The boys are back in town.
Father back in town.
I want to suck on some chili.
Outside the days are free.
Is that the same song? I don't even know.
Nope.
No.
It's not even close to the same song, but
Different
it's a
song,
great mashup.
But both American classics.
The same
American.
artist?
No.
No.
Is it American Girl?
Okay.
That's a
third artist and song. Great.
Life is a highway.
Away.
I'll do
And I would
anything
walk
for love.
500 miles, and I would walk 500
We're just
more.
singing man song. Okay, we got. I can't. I hate all of those songs except for the one Amanda sang. 'Cause that was my wedding song. Okay, Amanda.
Not American. Okay, so
yeah, not American. Do you want to kick us off with some crazy headlines?
Bitch, you know I do. I don't know why I just got so excited. Okay. So, hi, I have a batch. This month I had to sift through 500 emails.
Oh my God. Wow.
So,
Calm down.
I'm fine. This first one just kind of reminded me of me, and I just really want to know who hurt you? What happened to
Probably
this
a
woman?
man.
No, I mean a man. Yeah, probably.
At
But
some point.
this is also probably just the least chill an individual has ever been in a marijuana dispensary.
Okay.
So this is out of Oregon. The headline reads, "Woman jailed for covering Newport pot shop in teriyaki sauce."
What? Yum.
Yum, right?
Oh my God.
Portland, Oregon. An Arizona woman was arrested in Newport on Tuesday after she allegedly covered the sales floor of a local cannabis dispensary in condiments. The Newport Police Department released a statement about the incident on Facebook, saying the woman began throwing condiments inside of a dispensary on the 400 block of Oregon Coast Highway after she purchased cannabis from the store at approximately 3:30 p.m.
So she paid for the cannabis
Yeah.
and then presumably brought the condiments herself
Oh, yeah.
and wasted them.
Oh, honey,
Bitch has money to throw around.
Correct. She took them out of her purse. She got hot sauce in her bag swag. She got teriyaki sauce in her bag swag. Quote, you would think this is where the story ends and the chilling out begins, since dispensaries have customers walk into their establishment every day, make their purchases, smile with anticipation, and then leave, Newport Police Department stated.
That is shopping.
That is what most shopping is. Thank you for explaining shopping to the people, NPD. But this particular incident had a very different and unexpected ending. Upon completing her purchase, 42-year-old Ronnie Marie Dulesky, God bless Ronnie Marie.
Ronnie Marie.
Gunner Marie.
Ronnie Marie
Gunner
is up there
Marie.
with Barbie Joe.
Barbie Joel, Ronnie Marie.
I'm adding
Told
that
us-
to our list.
Please do
Next to
write it
Pistol
down.
Lynn
Pistol Lynn.
and Rifle Joe.
Rifle Joe.
about
Pistol Lynn.
Pistol
Gunner
Lynn.
Marie and
Gunner
Ronnie Marie.
Glock
They're
Am.
twins. Glock Am. Glock Am.
What was this, Ronnie Marie?
Ronnie Marie pulled a small packet of unknown sauce from her purse and began smearing the condiment around the sales counter and throwing it at medication station dispensary employees. Employees reportedly asked Dulesky to stop making a mess and leave the store. However, when they escorted Dulesky to the lobby, she reportedly pulled a bottle of teriyaki sauce from her purse and proceeded to cover the room with more sauce.
Multiple bags of sauce.
More sauce. Quote, the woman dug deeper into her purse, producing a bottle of teriyaki sauce, which she then poured on the carpet, NPD stated. She flung the remaining sweet and tangy, sticky contents of the bottle on the walls and furnishings. Dulesky left the store when the bottle was empty and was contacted a short while later by a responding NPD officer who ultimately took her into custody.
I feel like soy sauce is very affordable, but teriyaki sauce is always pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And like, why?
And you're emptying out an entire bottle of that sweet, sweet nectar?
Yeah.
Honey, what are you trying to accomplish?
What a
You paid for
waste.
your goods. Just leave.
Right?
This finishes off by saying, quote, an officer informed her that she was under arrest. This is my favorite part. She told him she wasn't and began struggling with the officer. After a very, no, I'm not, bitch. After a very brief attempt at resisting arrest, the officer took her into custody. Ronnie Marie, we wish you all the best.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know why.
She brought her own multiple. It was a premeditated saucing.
There were multiple rounds, multiple casings found at the scene.
Yeah.
She brought several rounds of ammunition from home.
Weird.
So that's Ronnie Marie. God bless her. I hope she's doing okay, and I hope I want to send her teriyaki sauce to replace it.
Right.
So if you're out there, slide into my DMs. Give me your address. I'm going to send you a condiment care package. Okay, next up. Because I cannot get enough of sauces today, and I cannot get enough of trucks spilling things, which is, I guess, my kink now.
Oh, that's like taking the internet by storm.
I love it.
Various news reports of trucks spilling things. Speaking of which,
Oh, no.
I don't know. I think I was just in a newborn haze and I like kept meaning to text you guys this and forgot. But last week, like not even like 4 days ago, there were just 5 cows spotted in a city park near my house.
Yes. I love them.
And people were like, what the fuck? And then the police were trying to like catch the cows. And it was from a cattle truck that got in an accident on the freeway.
Yeah, I recently did a gag about some stray cows from a truck like that.
There you go. Well, it happened again
It's
in
a thing.
Louisville 4 days ago.
Yeah, you got to buckle your cows.
Yeah. Took them all day to
cows.
get them.
I know, poor babies.
Well, they probably
They
were
no,
hurt and scared.
One last adventure. Are you
Well,
kidding?
I guess, yeah. As far as the
One
slaughterhouse.
last adventure.
One last raid.
Oh my
It was.
god!
I mean, it literally was.
They
And
were
then
thumbing a
They
raid.
were off grazing in a beautiful park designed by Frederick Olmsted.
Jesus
They were
Christ.
fine.
Can you imagine a better send-off? No. I also feel like this headline is a nice welcome back to Kenyon, and you are going to want to look at the photo on the drive and give that gag reflex a test run.
Oh.
Now that you're no longer with child. Okay. This is from the New York Times, and the headline reads,
Oh my God.
After truck spills on highway, quote, Alfredo sauce is everywhere.
Oh, no.
And indeed it is. Like, if
It
you
looks
think...
like glue.
If you think you can anticipate what this photo is going to look like, you can.
I don't like Alfredo sauce in
Me
the
either.
best of times.
Me either. I'm not a white pasta sauce gal.
No.
It feels like I'm just putting mayonnaise all over noodles.
Yeah. It's not.
Not here for it.
No.
I disagree with you both.
I know you do. The subtitle reads, An overturned truck in Memphis covered the road in Alfredo sauce. It reportedly smelled great at first.
Yeah. And if it's hot out. Oh.
In the heat.
On
in
the tar.
In the Memphis heat on the tar.
God.
Tar
This reads,
heels.
Tar heels. The Alfredo sauce was everywhere. The Alfredo sauce was in the northbound lanes. The Alfredo sauce seeped into the southbound lanes. Fucking New York Times is going for it. Mile 11 of Interstate 55 in Memphis was sauced up. Concerned local newscasters summoning all of their training dispatched their reports on Tuesday after a tractor trailer carrying jars of Alfredo sauce struck a median shortly before 5 p.m.
Somebody's no longer walking in Memphis.
No, walking with my feet 10 feet off Alfredo sauce. Quote, Danielle, I understand it's quite a mess there on the highway because of Alfredo sauce everywhere, said Richard Ransom, an anchor at ABC 24. Danielle Moss, the network's chief pasta sauce correspondent, delivered the difficult news. Quote, the Alfredo sauce is everywhere, Miss Moss confirmed. Their fierce competitor on the Alfredo mishap beat, Kate Bieri of Fox 13, arrived on the scene, earning the scoop that the road smelled like Alfredo sauce. You can smell it, she reported on Twitter. Invented in the early 1900s by Chef Alfredo di Lalio.
God's sakes.
And still featured at his namesake restaurant in Rome. The sauce is made with heavy cream, butter, and Parmesan, among other ingredients, and often drizzled over fettuccine, chicken, or vegetables.
Yeah, the fact that I love those three things separately but not together is very strange.
It's got to be really properly done for me to like it.
What about the Alfredo that they like melt inside the wheel of cheese?
It just gets to be a bit much.
Yes, it gets to be way too rich.
Yeah, too much dairy.
Too much of one flavor, one note.
There's kind of an undercurrent of like vomit too.
Yeah. It reminds me of like baby breast milk spit up.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite thing in the whole world.
Abs, I can't wait to burp Sonia. Anyway, back to baby spit up all over this highway. In an interview Wednesday morning, Ms. Bieri said it did indeed smell great. Quote, like we were at an Olive Garden.
Yeah.
When she and Sam Hudson, a Fox 13 photographer, first arrived at about 5:40 p.m. She loves Alfredo sauce, she said. The white sauce on the road did not continue to smell great as the TV people waited along the highway to go live at 10:30 p.m.
Oh, that's really foul.
It took about an hour before it smelled, quote, really bad, she said.
Really bad.
Really bad. Quote, unfortunately, this is Memphis. And we had some pretty intense sun beating down on that Alfredo sauce and also
on a
humidity.
Top.
Yeah.
I would not have survived this story.
What
I
about all the
would've cracked the
broken
news.
glass? They're all in jars. Isn't there glass everywhere?
Yeah, probably, but they're on the side of the road. They don't give a shit.
Glass doesn't smell.
Nope. And they shut down the highway to clean it up, so I'm sure it's fine.
They shut down.
Quote, it was just not a great recipe for a highway full of Alfredo sauce.
Ugh.
She clarified that the overturned truck was not a tanker full of Alfredo sauce, as some with active imaginations assumed on Twitter. It contained hundreds, if not thousands, of jars full of Alfredo sauce, all broken and spilled on the road, she said.
See? You called it.
Yeah. The cleanup was left largely to one person in an excavator scooping up the sauce and throwing it into a dumpster.
It's a bad day.
That's a terrible day. The responding
Honey, what do you
crew
want for dinner
members-
tonight?
No. Finds the one jar that's not broken and packets it. Free sass. The responding crew members were all wearing boots like they were walking through snow, but it was Alfredo sauce. The highway was mostly clear by 9 p.m. The driver of the tractor trailer was brought to the hospital with minor injuries.
Oh.
The spill came a day after more than 150,000 tomatoes were spilled on an interstate in Vacaville, California, creating a slimy, slippery mess. And there is a storied history of other delicious things being spilled onto highways, as chronicled aptly by truckspills.com.
Nice.
Saving that resource.
Frogbogs.blogspot.gov.
Frogbogs.gov. You could have yourself a very nice evening just with ingredients shoveled off the ground. On the menu would be turkey or chicken seasoned with onions and garlic, sides of mac and cheese and Brussels sprouts, chocolate for dessert, and wash it down with some Bud Light or wine or milk if you're underage. These are all
Shuffled off the ground.
all of these items are linked to an article of the truck that spilled all of those things. So thank you, New York Times, for that absolutely stunning report of the Alfredo spill. All right. There's nothing else that's going to gag you. So
Good.
you're past that. This next one I definitely only chose for the photos, and I assume you're already on the drive. So look at the little pig.
I already knew which photo you were even referencing.
Okay, let me see. Oh!
Which is actually not a pig per se. It's a javelina.
Yeah. Oh, they got sharp teeth.
Yeah, they're like
Oh.
kind of like a feral hog.
Yeah.
It's really cute, though.
It's like
So
a tiny
cute.
feral hog.
He's just a baby, a little baby.
It looks like a warthog, yeah.
Yeah. So this is out of Arizona. The headline reads, Cheeto loving javelina goes on Arizona joyride after hopping into the car for a snack.
Oh.
I love him so much.
Can you blame him
You can't.
with those beady eyes?
They're so small. The eyes are teensy. It looks like a bean. They're like Beanie Baby eyes, like
Yeah.
teddy bear plastic eyes.
Yes, yeah.
Soulless.
Yes. A California
So
resident. A California resident learned firsthand what Cheeto's slogan, dangerously cheesy, meant after a javelina hopped in their car for a bag of the crunchy corn puff snack during a visit to Cornville, Arizona. In a post shared by Yavapai County Sheriff's Office Friday, a deputy was dispatched to Cornville in response to a report of a javelina making its way inside a Subaru station wagon with a California license plate.
Oh,
After-
my God.
It's just a baby.
It's so cute.
wanted
After
a
further
snack.
investigation, the deputy learned that the javelina jumped inside of the station wagon after the owner of the vehicle left the hatchback open and a bag of Cheetos inside the vehicle overnight. So they were like
Oh.
camping.
Yeah, I mean, then you're
They
bound to
invited
wake
that
up with
little
something.
piggy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They invited him into the car.
Yeah.
They basically lifted him up and put him inside.
The
In
sweet
South
boy.
Africa, if you're in a rural area and you stop to go to the bathroom or something, you have to make sure that everything is rolled up and locked because there will be monkeys or other shit that'll just waltz
That
right
know
into
how
your
to
vehicle.
drive,
Yeah.
basically.
Shit.
They know how to
Looking for
operate a
food.
vehicle and open a purse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's scary. I love it. Officials say after jumping inside, the hatchback closed on the desert dweller, trapping it inside the vehicle with the bag of Cheetos.
What if it had overheated?
It was at night.
They would have had bacon.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my God. After licking the Cheetos bag dry, the javelina tore off a portion of the dashboard, the passenger door interior, and knocked the vehicle into neutral, which caused it to roll out of the driveway and across the street until stopping under some tree. Holy
Oh,
shit.
that is a ruckus.
Oh, my God.
It made quite a little mess for itself.
went for a
love
ride.
that.
That's amazing.
It was fuck this shit. I'm trapped.
No
There are no more
injuries.
Cheetos.
Yeah, we're
Fuck
getting the
this
fuck
shit.
out of here. No injuries, including to the javelina, were sustained in connection to the incident. The responding deputy was also able to safely free the javelina from inside the vehicle, and officials have not yet released if the bag of Cheetos was of the crunchy, flamin' hot cheddar, jalapeno, or puff variety. So the world may
white.
never know. White cheddar. I love the white cheddar Cheetos.
What a fun adventure for that little guy.
Oh, what a babe. I love him so
I know.
much. His little face.
Javier
the javelina. Oh my
Javier.
God. Dangerously cheesy.
that would be a very cute children's book.
Yes, it would.
Javier
and we
with an
shall
X.
write it.
Javier
Yes.
on a road trip
Bold.
with just a bag of Cheetos in the sidecar.
I love
Little
it.
goggles.
Okay, somebody start drawing this. Draw the illustrations. We're doing it.
Okay.
This next one is just a really amazing engagement announcement that I was sent, and I'm obsessed with it. And I have a lot of good pictures. This is on the Drive/blog. This announces the engagement of Craven Dick.
The photo's
Cindy-
so good.
It's so good. They look happy. Craven Dick.
It just says Craven Dick.
In huge block letters.
They hyphenated.
They did. Cindy Craven and Charles Wayne Dick will be married July 21st at Glen Falls Baptist Church. Pastor Bryant Bailey will preside. The bride will be given in marriage by Jonathan Dunn. The maid of honor is Trish Armstead. So congratulations to Cindy Craven and Charles Dick. You'll be Craven Dick till death do you part.
Wow.
Just had to share that.
Yeah,
'cause
I
it's
like
amazing.
his he's wearing sunglasses and you just know that he knows.
Yeah. He's hung. And she looks satisfied.
Oh my
She looks
God.
very relaxed.
Yeah.
She does.
She is very
All
Kind
relaxed.
of
right,
got a Jennifer Coolidge thing happening.
Yeah. She does kind of have a Coolidge vibe.
It's
I got
the
a couple
blouse.
more here for you. This next one is just fucking really weird, and it's 1,000% for Lucy.
Yes.
The headline reads, Kansas man sentenced to nearly 6 years in prison for illegal autopsy scheme.
So
Yeah,
Mind
what?
your
Is
business.
this like the boob inspector?
I don't know.
the boob inspect. Oh yeah, the breast
We're gonna
cancer
find out.
screening.
Yes, Dr. Love.
Sir, you're 15 years old.
I loved Dr. Love. Okay. A Kansas man who admitted to running an illegal autopsy scheme has been sentenced to nearly 6 years in prison for wire fraud. Sean Parcells, 42, who lived in Topeka and Leawood, was sentenced Monday in federal court to 1 count of wire fraud. He pleaded guilty in May as part of the plea deal. 9 other fraud counts were dropped. Gal.
Gall's right.
Parcells, as owner of National Autopsy Services, persuaded a client to pay $5,000 for an autopsy, according to court records. The client received, oh God. The client received an emailed autopsy report that appeared to be authorized by Parcells, but no pathologist was involved in the examination or the report, which is illegal. Between
This is what I found.
yeah. I looked them over. I don't know.
Lucy would attempt that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Between 2016 and 2019, Parcells, a self-taught pathology assistant with no formal education.
A self-taught pathologist.
You guys,
You have a side hustle.
y'all.
Oh my God, I
A
love
self-taught
this.
pathology assistant with no formal education between 2016 and 2019 made more than $1.1 million
How?
from more than 350 clients for autopsies, most of which he didn't perform at all.
You just issued a death certificate that
Or like
must have
sent
also
a
been
report.
fake.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he didn't even cut them apart.
Yeah. Parcells, who ran 3 companies, was also charged in 2019 by Kansas Attorney General Derek Schmidt with conducting illegal autopsies.
I
In
feel like
August-
there are easier scams
Right?
out there.
Yeah, no
Why
shit.
this one? Who hurt you?
Wow.
He had an interest.
Yeah. I don't
He's
know.
like, let's not judge lest we be judged.
I mean, I be judged. Trust. In August, Parcells was banned from doing business in Kansas in order to pay more than $700,000 in restitution and fines for the state cases. He was also ordered to pay over $250,000 in restitution to 82 people that used his services. That came after he was convicted in November of 3 felonies and 3 misdemeanors related to providing illegal autopsies in Waubonsee County. Prosecutors discovered that Parcells collected more than 1,600 biological samples, mostly human tissue, as part of the scheme. For what?
God.
Were they even tested?
No,
This is leaving me with so many fucking
just
questions.
collected or
Collector.
just like took and then threw away because he got paid. You know what I
I have
mean?
no idea.
Like,
All this says is that he collected it. I don't know what he did with it. The Kansas Department of
Just
Health and
looked at it.
Environment took
There are a
custody of the
couple
samples.
options.
Okay. Took custody of the samples, and victims have until October 6th to claim them.
Okay.
So he had them in his possession, and they have been taken back from him, but holy shit. So that's
wow.
that. He might be douche of the month.
Ugh.
But this guy also might be douche of the month in my next headline here. And if you look at the drive, just the picture of him, you can see why I think he might be the douche of the month.
Oh, I don't know anything about this person, and I think he's douche of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucy's like, I've seen this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite. Look at the hair on that guy.
Yeah, this
Look at the
man.
volume.
Yeah.
This man uses a diffuser when he blow dries.
And a
For sure.
lot of moose.
Yeah.
A diffuser.
It looks like he just stands in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
The
He's
headline
an Aussie
reads,
girl.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Aussie. The headline reads, player at St. Louis Chess Cup accused of using anal beads to cheat.
Oh, I've heard about this. I heard about this. Oh my god! I don't think they actually did use it.
Well,
but
we'll
one
see.
can hope.
We're
One can
gonna
hope.
read it. The scandal began when well-known chess grandmaster Magnus Carlsen
Ugh.
withdrew from the
His name is Magnus.
Sinkefield Cup. I know, Magnus Carlsen.
God.
For the past week, chess enthusiasts around the world have been looking in St. Louis's direction with raised eyebrows after accusations of cheating rocked a tournament at the St. Louis Chess Club. Elon Musk has even weighed in on the situation, which nobody asked for, supporting an idea that anal beads were used to facilitate cheating. The match
I'm so
in question.
fucking sick of Elon Musk. I just
I
have
know.
to. I have just.
He must go away.
I'm sick of hearing his name. I'm sick of his
Seeing
face.
his weaselly face.
Ugh.
Fuck that guy. The match in question happened on September 4th during the Sinkefield Cup, one of the longest-running chess tournaments in the United States. It is the final leg of the Grand Chess Tour and features some of the world's best chess players, as well as a $350,000 total prize fund.
Damn.
In round 3 of the cup, Magnus Carlsen, 31, a chess grandmaster from Norway, played against Hans Niemann, 19, a chess prodigy originally from San Francisco. Carlsen is a 5-time grand champion and one of the greatest chess players in the world. He's been a chess phenom since he was 13, and there is even a documentary about him titled Magnus that found a general audience beyond just chess players. Niemann is also a grandmaster, though according to worldchess.com, Niemann was the lowest rated player at the tournament. Okay, Shade, relax.
I mean, he's 19.
yeah,
He hasn't
fucking
had
give him a
that
chance.
much time to build
Good
up.
God.
Whatever.
Niemann had beaten Carlsen before in an online tournament in Miami, where he famously said, quote, "The chess speaks for itself" at his victory interview. This is riveting. He went on to lose 2 out of the next 3 games to Carlsen and ended the event with 0 points. So it shocked the chess world when Niemann beat Carlsen in St. Louis. Vice called this an upset for the ages. Carlsen had played 53 classical matches without a loss. The match where he previously lost to Niemann was a non-classical match. And Carlsen was playing white, which has a statistical advantage over black. Wow, how is that possible? Even in chess.
I think
Jesus fucking
one
Christ.
always
Since white
starts-
moves first, yeah,
Okay.
in chess. That Yeah, it's just
I
real
watched the
interesting.
Queen's Gambit for the outfits.
There you go.
I know some things. About
Jesus.
The outfits were great.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, you would love it.
Well, maybe my winter depression binge will include the
That's a
Queen's
good
Gambit.
one.
I
Okay.
love the actress with the weird fish eyes.
With the big eyes.
Yeah. I have a love-hate thing with her.
Great.
She was not good as Emma in the remake of Emma.
Also didn't see it. But that's okay. Kenyon is very, very into her period pieces.
Yeah, but
Gross.
she's really good in Queen's Gambit, which also is a period piece of like the 1960s. And yeah, Amanda, you would love it.
All right. I'll give her a watch. Okay, this continues to say, in an interview posted to the St. Louis Chess Club's YouTube channel, Neiman
how
said,
boring.
I know, this is the most boring article I've ever read. I love it. Quote, I think Carlson was just so demoralized because he's losing to an idiot like me. It must be embarrassing for the world champion to lose to me. I feel bad for him. Oh my God, Neiman.
tongue in
Have a little,
cheek.
have a little
You don't
confidence.
need to be so 19.
So self-deprecating. Yeah, the most emo chess player I've ever met. The following day, Carlson tweeted that he had withdrawn from the tournament. It was the first time he'd ever pulled out of a competitive chess event. He added that he enjoys the St. Louis Chess Club and looks forward to coming back. Carlson included a short video of Portuguese soccer coach Jose Mourinho saying, if I speak, I am in big trouble in his tweet. Okay. It's like he's
I'm
being
so
cheeky.
confused. Okay.
I don't get it either. I cold read these. Imagine. I saw anal beads and I was all in.
where do the
I didn't
anal
know
beads
this
come
get
in?
to the
I'm
beads.
trying. I'm trying to get to the beads. We're almost done. Many in the chess world interpreted Carlson's tweet as the Norwegian Grandmaster accusing Neiman of cheating. But it's unclear how Neiman might have cheated. The match, like all the matches in the Sinquefield Cup, was broadcast live. American chess grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura created a YouTube video outlining his theory as to why Neiman's unusual strategy was, to Nakamura's mind, evidence he might have cheated. Right now, the video has almost 1 million views.
So the young guy might have cheated.
I
The
have
young
no
guy
idea.
with the hair from
Maybe.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, the guy with the hair is the Norwegian guy.
Yeah.
The self-deprecating 19-year-old is Neiman. So maybe it is him? I don't know. Let's see if this becomes clear at any point.
Okay.
Vice referenced an idea involving a hypothetical player, quote, using vibration-based buttons in a player's shoes to communicate with a chess engine. A chess engine is a computer program that can be used to analyze the configuration of pieces on the chessboard and then suggest moves to human players. The vibrating shoes morphed into the notion that Neiman was communicating using a prostate massager. So yes, the 19-year-old is the one standing accused.
Bit of
my
a leap.
God.
So somebody
No,
speculated.
Hair guy is Hans Neiman. Hair guy is Hans Neiman.
Okay. Hair guy
the-
is young San Francisco.
Yes, so the Norwegian guy is Magnus Carlsen.
The
is
older one.
is supporting a theory that hair guy used vibrating anal beads to connect to a computer program that will help him cheat at chess.
He's not saying, he's just people are saying, and
People.
he's just asking questions.
Pretty much.
Got it.
The vibrating shoes theory morphed into the notion that Neiman was communicating using a prostate massager. Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk took that as his cue to enter the fray, as he does in all places where he is not wanted. In a tweet that has since been deleted, Grimes' ex-husband augmented a quote from the 19th century German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer to fit the current controversy. Quote, talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see, parentheses, 'cause it's in your butt.
Okay.
What?
That's a not bad tweet. That's the first tweet
That's the only good tweet this guy has ever put
ever
out.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Other theories about how Neiman may have cheated include that he was tipped off about Carlson's surprise opening of a bunch of numbers and letters that correspond to a chessboard that no one will care about or understand. Neiman was prepared for the opening, and some believe it may have been leaked. Analysis of the gameplay between Neiman and Carlson shows both making mistakes, which would seem to indicate that Neiman did not use a computer aid communicating to him through his ass. In the wake of the cheating allegations, Sinquefield Cup organizers began broadcasting the matches on a 15-minute delay and taking additional security measures. Plus, Neiman, despite Carlson never confirming accusations of cheating, has been banned from chess.com, the largest chess site in the world, and was uninvited from the chess.com Global Championship, a $1 million event.
So they do think he cheated. Sounds like
Yeah.
they think he cheated, but the anal beads thing was
It's just a theory.
entirely made up.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. And then this goes on to talk about other people who competed in the tournament that nobody cares about. So that's really boring. Congratulations. And I will leave us with this palate cleanser and absolute gem in the science world. Twitter users asked to name Uranus probe, and it went pretty much how you'd expect.
Proby McProbe face.
Oh, it's on there. In what might take the title of low-hanging fruit of the year, someone recently asked Twitter users to come up with a new name for a probe headed to Uranus. And, well, what happened next will not be shocking to anyone, but it is hilarious. So I'm just going to read these tweets. So the Ice Giant Missions Twitter account posted there was Voyager, Cassini Huygens, New Horizons, Juno, and Perseverance. We want to know what you would name the Uranus Orbiter and Probe mission. And the replies are amazing. So the first one listed, Proby McProbe Face.
Oh my God.
Next one, Operation Butt Plug. Love that.
Yes, we did submit
Chess
that
championship.
Yep. This person says, this
Hans
seems like
Niemann.
Hans Niemann. This seems like the perfect time for Astroglide to sponsor space exploration.
They've been waiting.
Yep. How about the Planetary Orbital Observation Probe, aka the POOP, the poop? I love that one. The poop.
The poo.
Okay, so this person had a bunch. Probe Uranus's scientific horizons, a new Uranus site, beginning Uranus total tour, beginning Uranus mission, look at Uranus's basic environment, for real ice giant, decode ice giant's interior terrain, decode ice giant, fly to ice, not gas, amazing spectacle in space.
What?
He's trying to take it seriously. But then a bunch of people did acronyms. So Advanced New Uranus Space Mission, so ANUS.
Uh-huh.
Better Uranus telemetry tracking, but Bootylicious, Charmin, Deep Dive, Enema, Mission Colonoscopy, Operation Butt Plug, Our Anus, POOP, which we did, Pegasus, Proby McProbe Face, Probe Uranus. I love Pegasus. Prostate exam. Oh, this one's amazing. Research education charging towards Uranus mission, or rectum. Seymour Butts. Shinya Wolf, inventors of the colonoscopy. Space heater. Suppository. Tauranus. Tauranus.
God.
Urinal probe. Urectum. I like that. And wandering finger.
I feel like we should come up with one where the acronym is OUCH.
Ow.
Outer space, Uranus, I don't know.
Outer space, Uranus, reconnaissance.
No, we don't need an
How
R.
do you guys think
Oh, yeah.
ouch is spelled?
I don't know why I
Outer
thought
space is 2 words.
Oh.
yeah, but we could just count it as
Yeah,
one.
shove it together.
Outer space, Uranus,
Orbital, Uranus.
collection hub.
There you go. Ouch.
Ouch. My personal favorites are
go.
definitely Wandering Finger and Pegasus.
Nothing beats Pegasus.
I liked
love
Wandering
it.
Finger.
I love
Pegasus is so good because it could almost slip by a
Totally
notice.
works. Totally fucking
You know?
works. Yep.
Oh,
Anyway, those are my headlines for this.
Wow.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I had a big batch, and I appreciate all of you. So, as always, if you have more, go to our website at wineandcrimepodcast.com. Go to contact us. Use that little drop-down menu to pick funny headline and send them our way.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All right.
let's take a quick sponsor break and
Let's do it.
come up with some more acronyms, shall we?
God bless.
It's the holidays, which means holiday parties, which means leaving your house, which also means getting dressed. But actually, since I hardly ever get dressed these days, dressing up with like some black tights and like a sparkly dress, just like cute like winter outfits, it's kind of fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's really fun.
And of course, no outfit is complete without a great pair of shoes. For chic and comfortable flats that can easily be dressed up and dressed down for any kind of seasonal gathering, you gotta check out Rothy's. We know that you know that we think they're just the cat's meow.
Exactly.
They're a 10 out of 10 in our book, and Rothy's just released the coziest merino wool slippers for when your day is officially over. These are on my Christmas list. The second I got the email that showed them,
Yup.
I sent it straight to Corey and was like, 8.5 in the pink now.
Bye.
List.
Thank you. Oh my God, I love it. Honestly, like, if you are stressed about finding the perfect gift for someone in your life, like, look at Rothy's. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, want to be the favorite auntie at the holiday party? Done. Get some Rothy's for, like, someone that you're trying to impress in your life. Your gifting is gonna reach its next level. And when you give the gift of Rothy's, you're not just giving the best pair of shoes this person will ever own. You're also showing that you care about comfort, durability, and of course, style, but all designed with the planet in mind, because Rothy's are sustainably made with their signature thread repurposed from single-use plastic bottles. You won't believe it until you try them on.
For real.
I don't know what sorcery they have used. Like, it doesn't make sense, but they are so comfy and so soft. And then you can wash them in the washing machine.
That's the best part.
It's the best part. I just wash my shoes once a week because, feet get a little stanky. I wore these shoes. I wore my, cherry red Mary Janes.
Oh,
Rothy's.
you're classic.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with those. Those are my everyday Rothy. But I wore them to get tattooed like a couple years ago, and tattoo ink dripped on my shoe.
No.
And I put them through the wash, came out looking brand new. No joke. I was like, this is it. This is the end of this pair. I'm gonna have to get a new pair. No, washed out. They are actually a miracle. So you might have heard of the Point and the Flat or the Mary Jane from Rothy's, but they also make ultra comfortable sneakers, loafers, ankle boots. Now they have the merino wool slippers. They have 2 new sneaker styles and sizes for everybody, and they're just the greatest shoe on the planet. So, like, what are you waiting for?
Seriously. So get stylish shoes, versatile and durable enough to wear all the time with Rothy's. Get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/gals. That's ROTHYS.com/GALS, and treat your gifting.
Treat it. Y'all, the holidays, they are here. They are no longer around the corner. They have arrived, honey. And if you are looking for a great gift that, like, the people that are the hardest to shop for, like parents and in-laws.
Yeah, or a
I have
parent-in-law.
those almost. Oh my gosh. I almost have in-laws now. I have to, like, try.
Buckle up, baby.
It's great because, if you're looking for something that they will genuinely love, might I recommend skylight frames? I personally have one, and Bill and I set it up in our kitchen and, like, set up the little app and, like, got our email address for sending pictures to it. And now we actually have made, like, kind of a fun game of it where we send, like, the most random weird pictures hidden away on our phones to our skylight frame, and then you'll be in the kitchen and it's just like, oh, there's that picture of me from high school 30 million years ago. Thanks for unearthing that, love of my life. It's so fun. I'm obsessed with it. Tell us more.
It's really fun. And actually, I gifted my mother-in-law a skylight frame a number of years ago, and she loves it. Especially with, like, she's got grandkids now.
Yup.
And let me tell you.
Rotate out those pics, honey.
Oh, there are a lot of. I think she had to pay for the upgrade to store more photos because she has so many photos of exclusively her grandkids.
She's such a proud grandma.
Yes. So Skylight Frame, if you couldn't pick up what we were laying down, is a photo frame that you can update instantly by email from anywhere. It's a digital frame.
Love it.
It's a great way to feel close to those you love, even when you're separated from your grandkids for 10 minutes. It sets up effortlessly in under 60 seconds. I thought it would be kind of complicated because there's like an app, but no, you plug it in, it lights up right away. It's a touch screen.
Yep.
Super easy to connect.
You can zoom in, you can like you can heart pictures that you love that are popping up on it. I'm just obsessed with it.
I love them. And sending photos to a Skylight Frame is effortless. Everyone in the family can just use the app or email them to the Skylight the frame, and they'll pop up within seconds.
Yeah.
And then you can just give your email out to multiple people, and they can all send you photos to your frame. It's a great way to keep large networks of friends and families in touch.
Oh, it's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, and it works in any, like, room. It's just a black frame with a white mat, so it looks like a real photo frame.
Yep.
And these photos rotate out, or if you have a favorite, you can just click and it stays on that one.
It's very sleek. Like, it's very thin. It's not bulky. Like, it's lightweight. I love it. It's a fabulous frame.
Yeah, so they have two size options. You can either get the original 10-inch frame or their new large 15-inch frame, and you get 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't love your Skylight, they will offer you a full refund, but I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna love it.
Now, as a special offer, you can get $15 off your purchase of a Skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter code WINE. That's right, you'll get $15 off your purchase of a Skylight frame. Just go to skylightframe.com and enter code WINE. That's skylightframe.com, promo code WINE, WINE, and treat your photos.
Treat them.
All right, are we ready for some coven confessions?
Yes. Never been more ready for anything in my life.
I have been like craving these.
They're epic.
Craven Dick.
Craven
Dick.
I've been craving dick. I have not been at all.
It's the last thing I
Yeah,
want.
not thinking about that at all. What got me in this mess? Okay. First one, I cut it down from a longer email, but there's context you don't need. So,
Okay,
sexcapades, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Got it.
Quote, first we met at a party of a mutual friend, and after a few dates, we became official. This happened around the holidays, and we found ourselves ringing in the new year alone at my apartment, and it was our first time to have sex.
Got it.
Like the two of them, not
Got it.
virgins. Okay. So we're approaching the experience with vigor, and I proceed to give him a blowjob. I've been told I'm good at this endeavor, but I might be a little too good.
Oh, God. What does it mean?
The blowjob ensues, and afterward, as I raise up, the guy tries to sit up from laying prone to give me a kiss, and he passes smooth out face down on the floor.
Oh, my God. You killed him. You killed him.
So he's
His dick fell off.
His dick fell off.
So he's lying down. He tries to sit up and just passes out.
Oh.
All the blood had rushed out of his, had rushed to his head, I guess.
Sure.
It says out of his head. I don't know. The blood rushed somewhere.
Well, yeah, out of his head and into his wiener. So he got lightheaded.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it didn't have time to return before he sat up.
Oh, God.
Here I am naked, covered in fluids, and
No.
screaming in horror because there's an unconscious naked man on my bedroom floor.
Yeah.
That would be really scary.
He's
That'd be so scary.
I don't know. He comes to about 30 seconds later. I'm in tears.
Oh, God.
And he
Thinking
says,
you've killed him.
yeah. And he says, quote, well, that was awesome.
What a
For
compliment.
you.
Aww.
Apparently, his refractory time was astounding because after a sip of water, we got right back to it.
Oh, my
Wow.
God. No.
The guy turned out to be a major shitbag, and I hope he falls dick first onto an ant pile. But I will always gaze fondly upon those wilder times in my life now that I'm an old married lady.
The ant pile is so specific.
I know, I love that.
That is
Just been
epic.
thinking about it for a while.
Seriously. You've thought
Dick
this
first.
through. My God.
Yeah, just a classic little sexcapade confession. They're always fun.
I love those.
Okay, quote. This quick one may sound a little vanilla to be the worst thing a person has done, but it is truly one of those things that causes my eyes to snap open at 1 a.m. when I remember what a little piece of shit I was as a kid to have ever done something like this to another human being.
Oh, God.
When I was in primary school, I was school captain. They're from Australia.
Yeah. So like
they're-
baby
just
class
roll with
president
it.
or something.
Yeah. One of my best friends was vice captain, and we had to stand out in the front of the school every morning while classes lined up. Being the vicious little baby gays that we both were, we decided to entertain ourselves during morning announcements by commenting on the teachers' fashion choices each day.
Yes. Yes.
Like just to each other, not like over
right
the
over the
announcements.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then it says, ooh, Mr. X really thinks Paisley is working for him, sir.
Savage. Oh my God.
Miss Y thinks she can get away with that cowl neck in here on this day, ma'am.
In primary
Oh my
school,
God.
knowing what a cowl neck is.
I know.
Tell me you're gay without telling me you're gay.
We would just really try and bust each other up while hissing and whispering snide little remarks to each other, but never expected one of the teachers would actually hear the sometimes really mean shit that we said.
Oh.
It sounds like
Yeah.
us.
Oh, yeah.
One morning, one of the teachers chose to wear. I love how they're still judgmental about it. Like subconsciously, this person is still.
One of the teachers
judgmental.
made a choice.
Could have just said wore, but no, you subconsciously put chose to wear.
That's amazing.
A faded brown suede calf length pencil skirt.
Embarrassing.
That was a choice.
Yeah. And I whispered to my friend something to the effect of, Miss X really thought that paper bag was the right choice for her today.
Oh my God.
You guys are mean.
So mean.
My friend laughed, and I thought I was Joan fucking Rivers in that moment. Until Miss X whipped around with the most horrified and offended expression.
Oh no, she heard it all.
She mouthed, "Excuse me?" Before making a sad face and then turning back to face the rest of the students.
Oh, that's really
I could have
sad.
honestly died then and there.
Yeah.
Students were dismissed and we went to our usual classes, and my friend and I felt so bad about it that we went to find Miss X in her classroom during lunch to apologize. That's nice that they did that of their own
Right.
accord. I'll never forget the look on her face as she graciously accepted, albeit behind a few sparkling tears.
You made her cry.
Monsters.
She probably had just bought that skirt.
And was like excited to wear it.
yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
Make better choices.
You dug your own grave, paper bag.
That's on you.
Should have put it on your head. Okay, back to the quote. Like, she didn't have enough shit to put up with being a fucking school teacher and fighting that fight every day for us, but then had our gay little asses reading her down over morning announcements The fucking
The
nerve that this
audacity.
little queen had.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, and did I mention she ran the class for children with disabilities at the
Oh,
school?
so she's like the best person.
Yeah. Quote, an actual brown suede clad saint walked among us, and I had the gall to question her.
Sad. You made her cry.
I know. I like to think she forgave us, but to be honest, I probably wouldn't have forgiven me either that day. Anyway, I hope this gave you a chuckle, and thanks for the many chuckles you've given me and so many others over the years. Love, a guilty Aussie gay XO.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I know. See, I think there's a difference. There's a difference between being like a real asshole and just a funny asshole. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
The difference between being and feeling to be an asshole and just kind of acting like one now and then.
Right. Like if you never, ever, ever intend the other person to ever hear or know of your remark.
We all
And
make
if your joke was fire,
we all fucking
Right.
make fun of each other behind each other's backs or someone's like
Right.
it's not nice, but it is human.
Right. And it's very different if you want them to
Right.
hear you. I'm trying to clearly justify my own choices right now.
1,000%.
she chose to wear.
What a choice it was.
Okay. Speaking of contorting oneself to justify.
Speaking of the
things.
mental gymnastics to justify your sheer audacity and evil.
All right, this next one, obviously not promoting harm to animals.
Oh God. Can't wait to know
Harming.
where this is going.
Harming animals is never a good thing, but this animal was harming other animals
This
first.
animal was an asshole.
This animal was an asshole and possibly rabid, and we will get
Oh.
to it. So that is going to be the mental gymnastics to justify this. And please don't email us,
Okay.
okay?
I won't.
All right. Okay.
I guess I won't.
Okay. Imagine if Amanda
I
sent
send
an
in a
email
complaint.
to the one.
Or just to Kenyon's personal
Yeah.
directly.
Okay. Quote, my coven confession is actually the worst thing that my sweet, sweet angel father has done in
Oh,
his
God.
life. He is so ashamed of this story and has asked me not to tell it because I totally used to constantly bring it up at family
He's
events.
asked me not to tell it, so I'm going to send it in to a podcast that reaches hundreds of thousands of people.
I know.
Sorry,
I know.
Dad.
He asked me not to tell it, but since my entire extended family is sick of hearing about it, I'm going
Yeah,
to send
since
it
I've
here.
already told it to everyone I know personally. I'm going to send it to you guys. I love it. It's amazing. Where was the line about assholes? Okay. So they end with, but I know my secret is safe with you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know the premise of this show? As children, my sister and I had asthma and allergy issues. I remember it being fairly bad as I was admitted for observation more than once in childhood. My allergy test revealed that I was allergic to both cats and dogs, so naturally that is the only thing I wanted as a child.
Nothing's going to stop this train.
I begged for a pet every day. My sweet father, who could never tell me no, wanted me to have one and decided finally on a hamster.
Okay.
Didn't we already talk about how just like every
Has
hamster
trauma.
just there's
Dies a tragic death.
There's so much trauma around
Every
hamsters.
hamster.
Well, yep. Add this one to the list. So we had several hamsters over the years. Me and my sister more than likely shortened their lives by constantly playing with them, like literally nonstop. When we lost our beloved Crystal Dawn Diamond, a hamster that we had for years.
Crystal Dawn Diamond.
Gunner Marie.
My dad went out and bought us another. A male hamster this time, or so we thought. We named him Keith Dawn
Oh, my
Diamond.
God. I love that we share the same middle name.
I know. You and this hamster.
Amanda and Crystal Dawn Diamond.
We woke up after his first night with us and found Keith had 4
Oh,
babies.
congratulations, Keith.
My dad was at work and my mom, not armed with internet access like we have now, instructed us to leave the new mom, who we renamed Katie Dawn Diamond, alone and to not touch the babies in case it interferes with the mother's caretaking, which I think is like good advice for like birds.
It's actually, it's not true in a lot of cases. That's been like an overhyped rumor.
Right. But it's really not true for hamsters who don't have a ton of maternal instincts. And we will get to
Oh
it.
my God, I know exactly what's going to happen.
No.
So we left the mother alone with the new babies and went to eat breakfast. And so did she.
Oh! Oh!
After breakfast.
No.
Keith!
Keith, Katie, Dawn Diamond, no.
Keith!
After breakfast, we went to check on the cute little hamlet.
No.
What
that's
we saw was
blood everywhere.
awful. Katie had eaten all of her babies and left evidence of the murders, like remnants of the baby muffins.
Oh!
God.
She was
scarfed them
actually
down.
still in the process of finishing the last one off.
Oh!
Was
This
it
is so morbid.
Keith Jr., Katie
Oh.
Jr., Don Jr., or Diamond Jr.? We screamed. Mom came in, screamed. It was a super
It
dramatic
was a
scene.
bloodbath.
We called the pet shop and they were just like, yeah, that
Oh
can
my
happen.
God.
You should have taken the babies out of the cage.
Yeah.
We called the pet shop, and the teenager not qualified to handle my trauma said,
Gaslit us.
That'll happen. Idiot.
My dad talked to us that night and even read us a children's book about loss.
Oh,
That's
my
so sweet.
God.
So, like, the dad is a good person.
They're
And
trying.
they're trying. Like I said, sweetest dad ever. Well, the next day we went to check on Katie, and she attacked my hand when I reached in to get her.
Thought it was another baby snack.
She then ran at the glass cage and made horrible hissing noises.
Ugh.
She was like a zombie hamster.
Ish.
Cannibalism will do that.
Well, it literally will. Like, maybe she
Yeah, I'm saying.
had
Oh, no. One
not
of those
rabies,
brain
but
worms.
yes.
Yeah.
No.
She then drew blood from me and would consistently act like this for the next week.
Nope.
Literally, no one could pick her up.
Nope.
My dad had to wear garden gloves to take her out to clean her cage.
Bye, Katie. Have fun in the woods.
Yeah, fucking bye-bye.
After weeks of this, my dad decided enough was enough and to let her escape while cleaning her cage in the backyard.
Yeah.
Katie's going camping.
Katie's going to go live on a nice farm in upstate New York.
I heard my dad telling my mom how bad he felt and that he thinks the neighborhood cat Smokey would probably just take care of her.
Yeah, it'll be a quick death for sweet Katie Diamond. Katie Dawn Diamond.
Katie Dawn Diamond.
Okay. You guys are not prepared for what happens. You're
How
not
can
ready.
there be more? This is already so bad.
Because the
This
dad
is not
doesn't
so
have
bad.
anything bad to feel bad
Right.
about yet.
Cannibalism. Okay. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right,
it's
you're
not Katie Dawn Diamond who feels bad. It's the dad who feels bad at the end of this story.
Dawn Diamond.
I'm adding that to the list.
So next morning, my mom let us outside to play, like
No.
with Katie.
No.
And we heard a horrible hissing noise. I saw Smokey in the corner of our yard and thought, OMG, my dad was right. Smokey must be attacking Katie, who we now called Killer Katie Dahmer. We liked full names. And also, we were children who had no clue of the Dahmer reference. That was
Right.
all my mom.
Right. Oh, no, Mom. No. Mommy, no.
We ran to see what was going on and saw Killer Katie Dahmer standing on her hind legs, hissing at the cat.
Oh my
What?
God.
The cat was totally cornered.
Jesus.
That cat, yeah. Katie in the front, fence behind. The cat was bleeding on her face and wiping her face constantly with her paw.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
God.
You're still not ready
This
for what
hamster has a
happens.
bloodlust.
If the dad shoots the hamster, I swear to God.
Stomps it.
We screamed for our dad. He ran out, equipped with garden gloves, and scooped up Killer Katie Dahmer. Here is the part that my dad hates.
Oh, God.
He jumped in his truck to take Katie further out in the country to release her.
Uh-huh.
But on the road, she started attacking his arms because he literally just grabbed her like without like a...
Okay, didn't put her in a box or anything.
just grabbed her and like jumped in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
She starts attacking his arms. He tried to hold her still, but she again was drawing blood as he was driving.
God.
Oh.
So my dad rolled down his window and threw Katie out the window, going 80 down a highway.
Oh.
It was like-
Katie
it
fucked around and found out.
Right. It was like instinctual, you know?
I
Like
would have
he's-
done the same
he was
thing.
being attacked.
Yeah, what are you
Oh
gonna do?
my
Just let
God.
it go. It's gonna crawl up your shoulder, start attacking your eyes.
Yeah, it's
right?
not great, but like, what are you gonna do?
Right. Right.
This thing has already done some serious damage. It's left a lot
Right.
of blood in its wake.
Right.
The bloodlust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad came home so sad. I remember his face, pure guilt.
Oh no.
I mean, we knew Katie wouldn't be with him when he got home, but he was so sad he had to throw the pet out the window.
But that is trauma.
Well, he didn't have to tell the children that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
We never got another hamster, and my dad still cringes when I bring up the time he threw our pet out the window at Thanksgiving. So I wrote into the show so that everyone would hear it.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I'm not going to carry the mantle of this trauma alone.
I don't judge this dad. I feel like this dad.
I don't either. He did the best he fucking could.
Yeah, there
He
was
got
a
attacked by a rabid hamster.
right.
I'd
there
probably
was a
throw it out the
split-second
window, too.
decision. The
And
end
this
was
was like
the
a
same.
Classic dad move.
This has real hereditary vibes to it.
Oh my God. It was amazing.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, God.
Get on it. Actually, you would not like it.
You probably wouldn't like it.
That doesn't mean I don't want you to watch it.
Yeah. It's great, but you
Oh,
wouldn't
speaking
like
of things that I normally wouldn't like but liked, we watched a
Welcome to our podcast.
it. Yeah.
we watched an A24 like horror film the other night that I suggested
Which one?
Oh.
called Men.
Oh,
Yeah.
honey.
Oh, it's really good.
really
okay.
good.
Damn, I thought I was bringing something new to the table.
No,
No,
baby. In fact,
rarely.
I've talked about it on this show before you
Damn.
left to be a mother.
Yeah. Skim, skim,
Skim, skim, skim.
Oh, fine. Okay.
I thought I was bringing something new to the table.
I dare you to talk to me about a horror movie that I have not seen.
Yeah.
And I see like one every 10 years. So
Well,
Oh my God, have you guys
The
seen
Boys
The
from Brazil.
Exorcist? Yes.
The Boys from Brazil is a classic film.
Oh, I haven't seen it. So you did make that
Did
recommendation.
bring something new to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one is very on brand for us.
Oh, Lord.
We have talked about this. Actually, we talked about this in the Hellish Hotels episode, which
Oh.
this listener references.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. Quote, literally my jaw dropped while listening to Hellish Hotels, and here's why. In college, I had just started hooking up with this guy, and I was home for spring break, so we were like a 4-hour drive away from each other. But we were horny and bored, so at like 1 a.m., we decided to drive and meet in the middle at a random motel to hook up.
Like you do.
Yeah. But we didn't feel like paying for a room because, again, they're in college. So I remember having $80 to my name for a semester.
Yeah.
Spending money. Like that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. Okay. So they meet at a motel.
Oh, no.
Don't pay for a room.
Oh, God.
So we just hooked up in my car in
I was
the
just going to say,
parking lot.
we're just using the parking lot. Oh, no.
In the middle of doing it, I look down only to discover that he is completely naked except
Socks.
for no-show
No!
socks.
No, the fucking
no-shows.
no-shows.
I will be forever haunted by no-shows.
It's the Tell me they weren't black.
I don't know. Probably.
Black
Why are
no-shows.
black no-shows so much worse than
Yeah.
any other no-show?
Yep.
I don't
Quote.
know shows.
Quote, I was so offended that I legitimately burst into tears.
Oh, my God. Oh, my, relax. My
Lucy
God.
would do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I stopped crying for a brief moment before realizing then that my car had died. And then I burst into tears again.
Now you're stuck with the no shows.
Now you're no-goes. It was like 4 a.m. and freezing cold at this point, so we ended up paying for a room and decided to deal with my car in the morning. The room smelled strongly of urine. That doesn't have anything to do with the story, but I just thought y'all should know. It was implied. Anyways, no-show sock guy and I have been dating for 2 years now, and despite my persistent efforts, he still wears no-shows on the reg. Although I always check to make sure he takes them off before we bang.
I hope this person told him exactly why they burst into tears the first time.
That's a good point.
No, I hope there was no context for
It
that
sounds
reaction.
like they have a fairly healthy relationship, so
For
hopefully
now.
eventually it came out.
For now.
Okay, last one. Honestly, just amazing.
I love when you're speechless like that, when you're just like,
How to sum up.
how do I even start this?
I feel like teachers of elementary school children are gonna really love this one.
Oh.
And
okay.
parents.
Okay.
Hi, ladies. Love the show. My coven confession comes with a disclaimer. It's considered the worst thing I did as a kid, but looking back on it now as an adult, I think it's fucking hilarious, and you probably will too.
It's not that bad.
This kid, the child did nothing wrong. It's society that failed this child.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Picture it. The year is 1998. A typical
Fantastic year.
great year. A typical day in my 11-year-old life consists of organizing my Beanie Baby collection, tending to my Tamagotchis, and memorizing multiplication tables. You know, typical fourth grade stuff.
Those were the days, and we were also in fourth grade.
I know. It's perfect. So we really will relate to this.
Oh, God.
In social studies that year, we were learning the basics of government and politics. 1 week was all about political cartoons. So everyone in class had to go through a newspaper and clip one out to share with the class. That's a great lesson plan. Then the teacher would use the cartoons to point out things like how elephants and donkeys were metaphors for Republicans and Democrats, how exaggeration could be used to make a point, yada,
Sure.
yada. That's
Yeah.
a phenomenal lesson plan. Love it.
Yeah.
The final project for that curriculum was to create our own political cartoon based on a current event of our choice. Being an artistic kid who was always doodling, this was right up my alley.
This is Scott.
I know. When it came time to select a topic, I figured that was easy. Something that kept interrupting my daily after-school Power Rangers binges on TV for weeks on end must be really important, right? So I grabbed my 96 count Crayola crayon box with the built-in sharpener and got to work.
Okay.
Okay, rich kid.
Yeah, tell us your privilege. Your privilege is
The
showing.
built-in sharpener was so rad.
Oh,
Peak.
coveted.
Yeah.
I never had it.
Me either.
Too rich for my blood.
I cobbled together tiny crayon boxes and had them in Ziploc bags.
Back in my day, you just had to sharpen it with a rusty knife.
With your teeth.
With your teeth.
With your rabbit hamster's teeth.
I just
my
stick it in
God.
Diamond Joe's cage for 10 minutes and
Poor Diamond Joel.
And I had crayon confetti. Okay. So all I knew was that something about the president and a random lady with a stained dress kept popping up on the news.
I knew
no.
Keep in mind, things like sex, affairs, and blowjobs hadn't even entered my psyche yet.
Sure, yeah.
Which makes the climax of this story all the more hilarious.
I remember my dad having a driveway conversation with me.
No.
This was a classic Sean Fitzgerald move. Anytime a pet died or a grandparent died or there was a nationwide sex scandal,
Right.
like he'd pick me up from school or whatever and we'd get home and he'd pull up into the driveway, and before he like parked or let me out, he would have a serious conversation.
Yep.
Oh
Dad
my
move.
God.
Always in the driveway. And we were listening, he was listening to NPR and they were talking about Monica Lewinsky, and he was like, he explained it to me in a very, very overview.
Vague.
Like we didn't talk about blowjobs, but he was just like, this is kind of what's going on.
Wow.
I have a memory of like playing on the floor and then like a news segment came on and then asking my mom like what they were talking about and her being like, don't worry about it.
Well,
Which,
when
like,
you're 25, I'll tell you.
Yeah, which like normally she would take the time to like explain shit.
Mhm.
So it stuck in my brain because she didn't explain it.
It must be really bad.
It was a straight up blowjob. Like, how do you explain that to children?
Right.
Ugh, poor Monica.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
So, again, society failed this child
And Monica Lewinsky.
and Monica Lewinsky. Okay, which we will get to. So, my finished project consisted of a picture I drew of a clothing boutique I cleverly dubbed the Monica Lewinsky store.
Oh, no.
The storefront window included a mannequin wearing a beret, a pearl necklace, and a dress with a splat-shaped stain above the hem.
No, you did not.
And she didn't know.
No
She had
idea.
no idea.
Oh my God.
She knew the
Holy-
details, but she didn't understand the context at all.
Holy shit.
I bet the teacher died.
Oh, it gets worse.
Showed
You-
everyone.
It gets
Oh.
worse. It gets worse. The finishing touch. A huge sale sign atop a display of, wait for it,
No.
knee pads.
No!
What? No.
For someone who did not understand the context, she hit a lot of points.
Created a really vulgar and on
Yeah.
point political cartoon.
She really did. I am impressed.
Where did the knee
Holy
pads come
shit.
from?
She must have overheard something about.
Honestly, kids are sponges. Like,
Yeah.
we don't even fucking know where they soak up some of this shit.
Oh my God.
That is unbelievable. Oh my God.
I was really proud of my work, convinced that I had just gotten the top grade in my class.
You did.
Yeah.
In a way.
Therefore, I was confused and a little worried when my teacher called my parents in for a conference
Oh, God.
to discuss my inappropriate drawing.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine being the parent? Being like, I swear to God.
I don't know how this happened. I
She's a
don't
fucking
know.
sponge.
Oh,
Great.
oh no. Oh no.
I have no clue what she told my parents or what their reaction was to seeing the sexually suggestive cartoon. All I remember was that I didn't get in trouble, but my teacher's reaction caused me to feel ashamed of my talent.
Oh, they should have laughed about it.
Now I'm a political cartoonist for the New York Times and I make millions a year.
Which all of that is totally realistic.
Oh my God.
Her criticism and snide remarks towards me in every art class after that incident completely shot my confidence in my abilities.
Oh, come
okay.
on.
That's
Teacher.
not cool, teacher.
Even as I went on to earn an art degree and got A's in all my bachelor's level art classes.
Hell yeah.
You, honey.
Yeah, so they said some more stuff, but that's the bulk of it. And yeah, fuck that
Wow.
teacher, fuck society. We apologize to Monica Lewinsky, who was practically a child herself.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, kids are sponges, and oh my God, watch what you say and watch what news
What-
they can watch.
Yeah, like, or what news is playing just while they're in the room.
Yeah.
Because that's probably how this was going.
What
That kid
podcast
wasn't.
is playing
Oh, God.
while they're in the car with you.
Oh.
Don't be afraid of a driveway conversation.
Wow. Epic.
God.
And those are the Coven confessions this month.
Those are good.
Yeah, I really hope the parents kept the drawing.
Oh, that would hang on the fridge for all of eternity.
yeah, that's a graduation party framer
Oh,
right there.
1,000%.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
I'm
Amazing.
so glad to have you back.
Yep. Just fabulous.
I'm so glad to be back.
Well done.
All right. Well, let's hear another quick word from our sponsors and we'll get to the coroner corner.
Let's do it.
When you're getting married, it's not just about the big day. It's about all of the amazing days leading up to, around, and even after the big day. There's so much going on. You're talking with your friends, all sorts of relatives. Everyone's coming into town. Everyone has questions.
Yes, they do.
There's so much to keep organized, and it's all just so exciting, and it really is fun if you don't let it stress you out.
and
it
if you have the
shouldn't
right
stress you out.
tools.
Yes,
yeah.
and if you have the right tools. And guess what? Zola is here for you.
Oh my gosh, Zola is saving my life. Like, it's the most amazing thing. You know, there are milestones in the wedding planning process, like the day you find your venue, the day that your, like, invites go out.
The day you get engaged.
The day you get engaged, sure. But, like, the day your wedding website goes live, that
Yeah.
was, like, more exciting for me. I'm so proud of my wedding website with
It's
Zola. I'm obsessed
so
with it.
cute.
And my wedding is like a weekend-long affair. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of questions, and all of it is on my website. And I am in the midst of what I was the most fearful of, most stressed about, and that is like collecting everybody's invitation or information to get my invitations out. Zola has a link that you make that you send to your friends and family and loved ones. They fill in their address and information, and it populates your guest list.
I'm literally looking at your Zola site right now.
Yeah, it has made the part that I was the most terrified of, because I have ADHD. I'm like, this is a very, detail-oriented, but sort of like mundane task. That is not in my wheelhouse. Zola made it so easy. If you can text a friend, you can get all of this information just directly put into your Zola, like, framework. It's absolutely amazing. And they take care of seriously everything. Like, you can get access to a community of thousands of engaged couples who are going through exactly the same thing as you. So if you need to bounce ideas, if you need to, like, get something figured out, they can help you find your vendors. They can help you find literally your venue. Like, you can plan everything from the moment you get engaged to the moment you walk down the aisle to afterward when you're going through your registry, you're making all of your thank yous and all of that. Like, they're with you every step of the way, and it's a dream.
And wedding planning can be so maddening.
It can.
Zola is a sanity saver.
Mm-hmm.
So from getting engaged to getting married, Zola is here for all the days along the way. Start planning at Zola.com and treat your nuptials.
Treat them.
The holidays are here, as we've made clear. You got food, you got friends, you got family, you got people coming over to your house. I personally have 21 and a half people coming over to my house tomorrow.
Oh, Lord.
So today is the cleaning day.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning. I've reserved this entire day for cleaning and recording ads.
Yep.
And our loved ones can be a little bit messy, especially if they're, under the age of 4.
Yeah.
And more mess equals more waste with the paper towels and the single-use plastics and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, that's a thing of the past because now I have Blue Land.
Blue Land is the best invention on planet Earth. And Blue Land is on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic by reinventing cleaning essentials to be better for you and the planet. And this holiday season, Blue Land is having its best sale of the year, so you can save and shop sustainably for your friends, your family, and most importantly, for yourself. You know what? Don't forget you this holiday season. The idea is very simple. You grab one of the beautiful Forever bottles. I can't tell you, like, we leave a lot of these bottles on the counter because they're so cute.
They're decor.
They are decor. You fill it with warm water, you drop in a tablet for like whatever it is. So maybe it's the window, the glass cleaning solution. Maybe it's the bathroom solution. Maybe it's the kitchen counter solution.
Multi-surface.
Multi-surface. They've got something for everybody. And then you get cleaning. And those refills, they start at $2 and you don't have to buy a new plastic bottle every time you run out. It is amazing. And you can even do what I did and set up a subscription.
Yes.
So it just shows up. Every couple months, it's like, here's your refill. Don't even have to think about it. I haven't purchased cleaning supplies at a store in over a year.
That's incredible.
It's absolutely incredible. Or if you don't want to manage a subscription, they get it. We get it. You can buy in bulk. So you just never run out of the products that you use the most. So from cleaning sprays to hand soap to toilet cleaner, the toilet bowl cleaner is amazing. Like, why do I like cleaning my toilet? The laundry tablets, I'm obsessed with them. Like, I have sensitive skin. I can have issues with a lot of different detergent, and these laundry tablets are chef's kiss. All Blue Land products are made with ingredients that you can feel good about. So try their Clean Essentials kit, which has everything you need to get started. This is what I started with. You can get it in signature scents such as Iris Agave, yum. Fresh Lemon, yum. Eucalyptus Mint, that's my favorite. It makes my whole house smell like a spa. Obsessed. And plus, for a limited time, Blue Land's hand soap is getting a festive upgrade with a beautiful chocolate box-inspired gift set with cozy scents like evergreen, winterberry, and peppermint. Like, seriously, your holiday shopping is done.
I love a seasonal soap.
Yes, I'm obsessed. I love these products so much, and they work so well. I'm a dirty birdie. I've got pets. I sweat a lot.
You have kids at your house a lot.
I have children at my house constantly. I'm cleaning. I'm doing my laundry. I'm cleaning Oscar's laundry when he poops through every outfit that we put him in. God bless him.
He's a child.
He's a child. But I'm telling you, the Blue Land cleaning products, they work, baby.
So to take advantage of their best sale of the year, go to blueland.com/gals. You won't want to miss this. blueland.com/gals. That's blueland.com/gals, and treat you cleaning.
Treat it. All right, folks, let's talk about grooming for a minute. Hair is hair. We all have it. We all have it in a lot of the same places. We all have it in a lot of different places.
We're all mammals.
Right. So why, as a mammal, and a mammal of, for us, a specific gender, are we told to groom a certain way with these gender tools on the market today? And as a cis woman, we're often told to undergo painful and expensive processes like waxing or laser, or frankly even just shaving. If I use just a straight up razor on my underarms,
I can't.
I'm gonna get huge bumps.
I can't do
ones.
It. It's not worth it.
It hurts. It's not worth it. So, our body hair is the same as anybody else's body hair. So, don't let anybody tell you how you should groom your body hair.
Enter the Meridian Trimmer. I have had my Meridian Trimmer for over a year. I love it. I'm never going back. So, this high-quality grooming device is fitted with safe ceramic blades and designed for all body and hair types. So, wherever you need to clean up a little bit. Doesn't matter if it's between anything. It's not gonna cut you. I feel really good about using it even if I'm not looking where I'm going, if you know what I mean. So it helps you smoothly cut through your hair without nicks and cuts, even in the most sensitive areas. And we have partnered with Meridian Grooming to grant you an extra 10% off this trimmer using the coupon code GALS. So that's meridiangrooming.com, MERIDIAN grooming.com society.com/gals, GALS, for an exclusive 10% off. Society's attitude towards body hair is changing, fortunately, and Meridian is ushering in a new era of inclusive grooming along with it. Their mission is to help you feel confidently yourself, however you choose to take care of your body hair.
That's right. And once again, that's GALS, GALS, for an exclusive 10% off. And treat your grooming.
Straight up. Okay. Are you ready for some really weird shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally weird shit.
Always.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I have 3 articles for us today, one of which is quite long, so I don't have an obituary for us, but I really think that you're going to enjoy what I have for us.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, weird shit. First up, I have a Smithsonian article from February of 2021 that is honestly the coolest scientific discovery that I've read about
Dang.
in
Okay.
years.
Okay.
The headline is Wombats Poop Cubes, and scientists finally got to the bottom of it.
Wait.
Okay. I'm just gonna
Oh my
let you.
God.
I'm just gonna let this one
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Burrowed beneath Australian forests, grasslands, and mountainous regions, the bare-nosed wombat, or the Wombatus ursinus,
Mr. Bombastic.
telefantastic,
Telefantastic.
feeds primarily on grasses and poops cubes. But how does the bare-nosed wombat excrete poop in the shape of cubes? How they excrete poop in the shape of cubes has mystified scientists until now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A study published last month in, I'm not even fucking with you, Soft Matter
No.
No.
is apparently a scientific journal.
No, it is not.
It is, and I went to
Absolutely
the
not.
I went to the site, and it's not just about poop; it's just about like organic materials.
Oh, so it's just in this context.
Yeah,
Sounds absurd.
I know.
I
Soft matter.
I don't like it.
Their only paid advertiser is like Metamucil.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this study reveals how the wombat's intestines constrict to shape the scat.
Oh.
Bare-nosed wombats can excrete 4 to 8 scat pieces at a time and may poop up to 100 cubes a day.
Wow.
After the wombat defecates, the furry critter collects the 2-centimeter-sized cubes
No.
and places them around their territory,
No.
possibly to communicate with other wombats or to attract mates.
Or to like build an ice castle.
Yeah, they're just decorating.
Oh.
Wow.
In 2018, study co-author Patricia Yang, a mechanical engineer at Georgia Institute of Technology, and her team previously found that the cube-shaped poop formed at the end of the wombat's digestive process and that the wombat's intestinal wall contained elastic-like properties. So to build on those results and fully understand how the wombat's soft intestinal walls created sharp cube-like edges in the poop, Yang and her team dissected 2 wombats and examined the texture and structure of the intestinal tissue.
Why do I feel
I'm
like this is
picturing,
related
like-
to the fake autopsy guy? They sent
Right.
it to this guy,
And then his
and
findings
he
were
took samples.
fascinating. I'm picturing like 2 walls that like come together on the sides and then 2 walls that like come down on the top and bottom to form a cube.
Oh god.
It would have to be 3 sets of walls.
You're right. It would
Ugh.
have to be that.
So we'll get to it, but I also
My
do
brain
have pictures.
can't even get to where y'all's just got. So
I have pictures on the drive, which will be on the
Of
blog
course
of the
you do.
cubic turds.
Got
okay, guess I'm heading to the drive.
to see wombat poop, and that is the day that we're having today.
And this is for work.
Okay, so Patricia Yang says, quote, a cross-section of the wombat's intestine is like a rubber band with two ends kept slightly taut and the center section drooping. The rigid and elastic parts contract at different speeds, which creates the cube shape and corners.
Okay, it's more
like a little
rounded.
thing of bread.
Yeah, it's more rounded than my mind's eye was picturing. I was picturing very sharp cubes.
Right.
So this is a little bit less alarming, but it definitely is cubic in nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
but
weird.
also loaf-like.
It looks like a delicious rye.
It does look like a loaf of bread, but it's tiny. They're only 2 centimeters. They're
So
tiny.
cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
At 33 feet long, the wombat's intestines are 10 times the size of the wombat itself, reports Amy Woodyat for CNN. Digestion takes 4 times as long as a human and produces drier feces because all nutrients and water are extracted from its food. After removing all nutritional content from the food, the contractions shape the poop into a cube. The contractions are very subtle, and these corners get more and more accentuated over 40,000 contractions that the feces experiences as it travels down the intestine.
Oh.
So it starts as just a lump, but then the intestines are pressing it into a cube the whole 33 feet down the intestines.
Got it.
And it's dry, so it just it keeps its shape.
Uh-huh. Scientists suspected that the wombat evolved this unique trait to mark its territory on rocks and logs with poop that won't easily roll away.
Oh.
That's why it's fucking square.
Oh, so it stays
my
put. This is to
God.
mark territory and leave communication?
Yeah.
Wow.
Evolution
attract
is
mates.
bizarre. How
Isn't-
can it?
I
How-
thought that was so
how?
cool.
That is fascinating. I'm going to give you that. That's fucking fascinating.
So Hugh says their findings could also help raise wombats in captivity because their feces shape is a telltale sign of health. So the scientist says sometimes captive wombats' feces aren't as cubic as the wild ones. So if they're not as cubic, that could mean they're sick.
Oh.
Researchers anticipate discovering how the wombat's distinctive defecation process works can help humans detect colon cancer.
Whoa.
It could also help engineers develop new ways to manufacture and shape products because
Hot
of this
damn.
the elastic, because it's not just the 6 walls. It's like elastic squeezing. So it's like an entirely new mechanism.
All right. Well, imagine being as regular as a wombat.
I couldn't possibly imagine. I have no idea what that would be like.
Do you think their buttholes are square shaped?
I think this article would have mentioned that if they were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
But they just don't roll away.
That's epic.
Smart.
Nature is amazing.
Nature is healing.
Speaking of nature healing,
The wombat's poop is more cubic. Nature is healing.
I saw that meme of a sour gummy worm on a leaf outside. It said, nature is healing. It's like orange and green.
That's fucking funny. That is very fucking funny.
Okay, next little article I've got for us. This is from Wikipedia, and this was sent to me from Tove from Sweden.
Okay.
I'm definitely not saying your name right.
Maybe.
Tove. How was
no way
tuna?
to know.
How was tuna spelled?
Tuna.
No, there
I
was a
know.
Swedish name tuna, and it was spelled
There
like
was
tone.
tuna. That was an early. We laughed so hard we couldn't breathe.
Yep.
and
It was good.
was spelled Tone, I think, and it
Oh,
was
okay.
pronounced tuna.
Got
So
it.
this could be Tuva.
Yeah.
All right. Tuva from Sweden. Born on March 20th, 2006, Dusty is a snowshoe cat who lives in San Mateo, California. He was adopted from the Peninsula Humane Society by Jean Chu and Jim Coleman. Dusty's first 2 years of life were uneventful, but in 2008, his owners began to notice household objects that did not belong to them appearing in strange places, and they
Dusty.
began to suspect that their cat was bringing them home.
He's a little
suspicion-
cat burglar.
A klepto kitty.
Oh,
A suspicion that they were eventually able to confirm with night vision cameras.
oh
And there are
is that-
photos on the drive.
Yes.
Dusty earned the nickname Klepto Kitty after bringing home more than 600 items
Oh my God,
from
Dusty.
the gardens that he prowled at night. His owners say that his record theft is 11 items in one spree.
Ew, the one of him with a glove is really gross.
I know. He's been caught on camera carrying home a bra.
It looks like he's dragging a body in Dusty 5.
I know. Dusty 5.
Like, what even is it in Dusty 4 and Dusty 5?
Well, we might get to it.
looks like a balloon.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a deflated Mylar balloon.
Mm-hmm.
We will possibly get to it, but I also love Dusty 6. They have him dressed up like a cat burglar, like in the black and white
he's in a little
stripes.
jail costume.
With a little jail hat.
Prisoner.
He looks so busy.
Oh, he is determined. He's
on a
like
mission.
He's on a mission. He's like, there, you might not understand why I'm doing this, but this is a very distinct purpose.
As of his February 2011 appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman,
Yes.
Dusty
Correct.
had stolen 16 car wash mitts,
Okay.
7 sponges, 213 dish towels, 7 washcloths, 5 regular towels, 18 shoes, 73 socks, 100 gloves,
100 no-shows.
1 pair of mittens. Good. Honestly, Dusty's doing the world a favor.
Right.
He
Honestly,
only stole no-shows.
Kudos to him for finding a pair of mittens.
Yeah.
1 pair of mittens, 3 aprons, 40 balls,
Nice.
4 pairs of underwear, 1 dog collar,
Oh my god.
6 rubber toys, 1 blanket, 3 leg warmers, 2 frisbees, 1 golf club head cover, 1 safety mask, 2 mesh bags, 1 bag of water balloons, 1 pair of pajama pants, 8 bathing suits, and 8 quote-unquote miscellaneous objects. And
Where
apparently
do they
1
live?
bra.
They must have
Do
lived
they
like
live near a dump?
or like a
Or like a Plato's closet?
Well, I'm thinking like an auto shop, car repair.
I don't know. They live in San Mateo, and it said that he scrounges around in the neighborhood gardens.
Wow.
So it's probably maybe stuff hanging out to dry.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
213 dish towels.
Okay. I
16
think a lot of
car wash
Californians
mitts.
have like their washer and dryers like in kind of an outside-ish room area, you know, like our Airbnb that one time.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, I just like this cat. And because Dusty was an adoptee from the Peninsula Humane Society, Jesus Christ, animal shelter,
It's a lot of U's you have to really hit.
Peninsula Humane Society.
Studio.
He made a celebrity appearance at their annual Adopt-a-thon in June 2011, and some of his unclaimed stolen items were displayed and sold to raise money.
Wow.
Like an auction?
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
I know.
But can you imagine
What if he
having
bid
to,
on all of them?
Can you imagine having to go back and bid on your own shit that a cat stole from your yard?
No, unclaimed items.
Okay. That'd be pretty funny if they all had to do it.
How much is it worth?
Yeah, how much is
to
it
ya?
worth to you?
I just said he'd be so upset watching all of his hard-earned winnings be auctioned off.
I think he'd just be all the more determined
Well,
to rebuild his stash.
I mean, look at that face. He was seriously on a fucking mission. Even him in his jail outfit, he's just like about to
Looking
bust
out.
out.
Yeah, he looks like he is already thinking about other things he needs to grab, and that we're just holding him up.
Yep.
right.
God.
Okay, my third and final article, it's a doozy. It's kind of long, but there was almost nothing I could cut out because it's fucking fascinating and it's going to gross you guys out big time.
Great. Alfredo us up.
Don't think about Alfredo when I'm reading this article.
Uh-oh.
no.
Oh, God. Okay.
So this is from a Big Think article, and it was just published this last August, so it's pretty fresh. Fresh.
Oh, no. I don't
Headline.
like that joke and laughter. Do not like. This is off to a bad start.
I feel like I have a sense of where we're headed.
Huh?
The headline is Horror Stories of Cryogenics, the gruesome fates of futurists hoping for immortality.
No, I want to be cryogenically frozen.
No, you don't.
And kept in a bunker with all of my worldly possessions so as not to
Oh.
pass anything on to future generations.
Freezer burn really grosses me out.
We'll get to the freezer burn.
Like, Freezer burn might be my version of
Alfredo.
spit up for you.
Okay.
Like, I don't know
Seriously?
why.
Like on food?
Yeah.
It is really
the
gross.
taste, the all of it, just the look of it, everything about freezer burn really
Wow.
grosses me out.
All right.
Well, you're going to love this.
Great.
Several facilities in the U.S. and abroad maintain morbid warehouse morgues full of frozen human heads and bodies waiting for the future. They are a part of the story that is ghoulish, darkly humorous, and yet endearingly sincere. For a small group of fervent futurists, this is their lottery ticket for immortality. What are the chances that these bodies will be reanimated? Will baseball legend Ted Williams' frozen head be awakened to coach fighter pilots or fused to a robot body to hit .400 again?
Isn't Walt Disney's head or something also frozen?
I think so. That I just know that from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It doesn't mention Walt Disney in this article.
Okay.
Cryonics, which is attempting to cryopreserve the human body, is widely considered a pseudoscience. Cryopreservation is a legitimate scientific endeavor in which cells, organs, or in rare cases, entire organisms may be cooled to extremely low temperatures and revived somewhat intact. It occurs in nature, but only in limited cases. Like tardigrades.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Those tiny little, they look like
Water
little bears.
It's like a cross between a bear and a maggot. And they're really small and they live in like the ice.
I can't imagine what could be a cross between a bear and a maggot.
They're actually
Well,
really cute.
I'll Google it and
Put
you will know.
one on the drive. Yeah.
I feel like you guys are fucking
We're
with
not.
me. Like
These
you
are very
decided
real.
on a word
No.
before we began
They're
recording.
like they're like the oldest
and you were
known.
both just like commit to the bit.
No, they're like the oldest known organism. This is like a very real thing.
Okay. Well, I sent one to our group chat so Kenyon can see that it is a cross between a maggot and a bear.
100%.
The I've
Yeah.
I've
You've
shit
seen
like
these.
this and
Yeah.
okay. Like science fiction.
But they're
They're
not
real.
fiction. They're just science.
That's just a really good photo of it. Okay. Humans are particularly difficult to preserve because of the delicate structure in most of our heads, i.e., the brain. Deprived of oxygen at room temperature, the brain dies within minutes. While the body may be reanimated, the person who, quote unquote, lives is often in a permanent vegetative state. Cooling the body may give the brain a bit more time. During brain or heart surgery, circulation may be stopped for up to an hour with the body cooled at 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit. A procedure to cool the body to 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit without oxygen for additional hours is still at the experimental research stage. When a cryonic patient dies, a race begins to prepare and cool the body before it decays, and then to place it inside a dewar, which is a thermos bottle full of liquid nitrogen. The inner vessel of the dewar contains a body or bodies, plural, wrapped in several layers of insulating material, attached to a stretcher and suspended in the liquid nitrogen.
Yep. Love it. Okay.
The head is oriented downward to keep the brain the coldest and therefore the most stable. So they're in these big thermoses upside down.
I just think that as a society, we should learn to take care of those who are already living.
It's too late
as
for them.
opposed,
We'll figure it out
opposed
after we
to-
reanimate.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll say this. It's not poor people who are getting
No, of
cryogenically
course not.
frozen.
Yeah. It's Elon fucking Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah. This vessel lies within a second outer vessel separated by a vacuum to avoid heat transfer from the outer room temperature vessel wall to the cold inner vessel wall. Heat gradually transfers across anyway and boils away the liquid nitrogen, which must be periodically refilled. So there is pretty intense upkeep.
Yeah.
You don't just put them in a warehouse and forget about them.
Yeah.
Or you do, and we'll get to it.
Oh, no.
Bodies were originally, and may still be in some cases, cooled and frozen in whatever condition they were in at death, with better or worse preservation, as we shall see. Small freezing operations began in the late 1960s. It was the 60s. While the practice of storing bodies has become more sophisticated over the last 50 years, in the early days, technicians cooled and prepared corpses with haste on dry ice before eventually cramming them into dewar capsules. By and large, these quote-unquote preservations did not achieve preservation. They were
Well, the word cramming doesn't inspire a ton of confidence.
the words nightmarish, gruesome failures also doesn't suggest that these were successful.
Honestly, sign me up. Worst case, I'm a nightmarish, gruesome failure crammed into something. Best case, I'm reanimated.
In death as in life.
Yeah. She died as she lived. A
Nightmarish, gruesome failure. She died as she lived.
I have
not,
never wanted
though.
anything more. I hope Bill doesn't think I'm putting away for our retirement, because, honey, I'm not.
It's all
your
going to the
retirement.
cryo bank.
This money is spent.
So the stories of these gruesome failures were researched and documented by people within the field who published thorough and frank records.
Okay.
The largest operation was run out of a cemetery in Chatsworth, California by a man named Robert Nelson.
Classic. Classic
Four
Rob.
of his, this guy is a fucking something. 4 of his first clients were not initially frozen in liquid nitrogen, but placed on a bed of dry ice in a mortuary.
Mm-hmm.
One of these bodies was a woman whose son decided later to take her body back. He, quote, hauled his dead mother around in a truck
Yes.
on dry ice for some time before burying her.
Yes. That is commitment.
Yeah.
That's a good love. That's a good son.
Oh, my God. Eventually, the mortician was not pleased with the other bodies sitting around on beds of ice, so a liquid nitrogen Dewar capsule was secured for the remaining 3. Another man was already frozen and sealed inside this capsule, so it was opened and he was removed. Nelson and the mortician then spent the entire night figuring out how to jam 4 people who may or may not have suffered thaw damage into the capsule.
Freezer burn.
Oh, no.
The arrangement
Oh
of
my God.
the arrangement of bodies in different orientations was described as quote unquote a puzzle.
Yes.
After finding
Yes.
an arrangement that worked, the resealed capsule was lowered into an underground vault at the cemetery. Nelson claimed to have refilled it sporadically for about a year before he stopped receiving money from the relatives.
Oh my God.
After a while, he just let the bodies thaw out inside the
Hit the
capsule
floor.
and left the whole thing festering in his vault.
Wow.
Which, as far as I can tell, it's still there.
Nothing like a good festering, am I right?
Another group of...
Am I right, ladies?
Yeah, you're right. Where my dog's at?
Where my dog's at?
Another group of 3, including an 8-year-old girl, was packed into a second capsule in the Chatsworth vault. The liquid nitrogen system of this capsule subsequently failed without Nelson noticing. Upon checking one day, he saw that everyone inside had long thawed out.
Oh, no.
The fate of these ruined bodies is
Whoever
unclear.
wrote this
Had too much fun.
really is quite simple yet evocative language.
It's a fabulous article.
Macabre.
The fate of these ruined bodies is unclear, but they might have been refrozen for several more years. They just don't really know. Nelson also froze a 6-year-old boy in 1974.
Oh.
The capsule itself was well maintained by the boy's father, but when it was opened, the boy's body was found to be cracked. The cracking could have occurred if the body was frozen too quickly by the liquid nitrogen. The boy was then thawed, embalmed, and buried. So the dad was just like, this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
Just going to bury him. Now that there was a vacancy, a different man was placed in the leftover capsule, but 10 months had elapsed between his death and the freezing, so his body was in, quote, rotten shape from the get-go and was eventually thawed and also like, we're not doing this. We're just going to bury him.
Aha.
Every cryonic client put into the vault at Chatsworth and looked after by Nelson eventually failed. The bodies inside the Dewar capsules were simply left to rot. Reporters visited the crypt where these failed operations had taken place and reported a horrifying stench.
Oh, no.
The proprietor admitted to failure, bad decisions, and going broke. He further pointed out, quote, who can guarantee that you're going to be suspended for 10 or 15 years?
God.
You, sir?
Yeah, that's your
Yeah, isn't that the
job?
purpose?
Yeah.
At minimum.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is shelling out
That's
and
what
has
I'm
big
paying
dreams
for.
of coming back in 10 years.
Right.
10 years. It's still going to be just as shitty in 10 years.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, so the worst fates of all.
Imagine being frozen in 2012.
Oh,
And then-
no. Waking up in
then-
2022?
Yeah.
I'd be pissed. I'd be like, put me back under. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
Fuck you. We're done.
Do you have to die all over again?
I don't know.
Take me out.
If they have a way to bring you back, they've got to have a way to put you back under.
Yeah.
I would assume. In this hypothetical, I'm just going to assume that they could just inject me with sleep potion and send me back where I was.
Mm-hmm.
Back to hell.
I have more to go.
Great.
The worst fates of all occurred at a similar underground vault that stored bodies at a cemetery in Butler, New Jersey. We could stop there, Amanda.
Oh, we could.
The storage dewar was poorly designed with uninsulated pipes. This led to a series of incidents, at least one of which was a failure of the vacuum jacket insulating the inside. The bodies in the container partially thawed, moved, and then froze again.
Nope.
This is my favorite part. Stuck to the capsule like a child's tongue to a cold lamppost.
Oh.
Yet again, simple yet evocative language.
Really
I think that
Too much.
this article should be taught in school.
In journalism school.
Yes. 1000%.
Eventually, the bodies had to be entirely thawed to unstick, then refrozen and put back in.
To
No.
unstick.
Yeah, like a child's tongue to a cold lamppost.
Bye-bye.
A year later, the dewar failed again, and the bodies decomposed into, quote, a plug of fluids in the bottom of the capsule.
Oh.
The decision was finally made to thaw the entire contraption, scrape out the remains, and bury them.
Nope.
Scrape.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just impressed.
Plug of fluids. The men who performed this unfortunate task had to wear a breathing apparatus. They were basically scuba diving because it was so bad.
Wow.
Out of all of those frozen prior to 1973, one body remains preserved. Robert Bedford, not Robert Redford, was sealed was sealed into a dewar in 1967. Instead of leaving the body to meet a horrific fate under Nelson's care, the Bedford's family took custody of the capsule, meticulously caring for it at their own expense. The body was handed off between professional cryonics operations occupying multiple frozen tanks and facilities for 15 years or so. Eventually, it ended up in the hands of the founders of Alcor, a modern cryonics outfit. Al Gore.
Al Gore invented the cryonet.
Yeah. A series of tubes.
Kind of is just a series of tubes. Al Gore is the leading example of the current state of cryonics. While the ugly events above suggest that your remains might well end up as tissue sludge scraped out of a can, the professionalism of companies like Al Gore may offer an increased chance for long-term preservation. This 501c3 organization hosts researchers who work on methods to improve the freezing process, possibly increasing whatever slight odds exist that human popsicles will ever be brought back to life.
Okay.
Yeah, no thanks.
At a more fundamental level, it appears to be stable and to have deep pockets, so there is a better chance that your corpse will be around long enough for some distant future doctor to recoil in horror at it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no thanks.
The U.S. industry has consolidated around two main organizations. If not Al Gore, your other choice is the Cryonics Institute, which has more than 200 bodies stored in giant tanks and accepts dozens more every year. Apparently, 10 years ago, head storage alone, so just your head, at Al Gore costs $80,000, while full body storage at the Cryonics Institute was only $30,000.
$80,000 flat or $80,000 monthly?
Oh, I think it's flat.
Okay.
Surely it's not monthly.
Well,
I don't know.
That
Maybe
sounds like a really
annually?
great apartment in Manhattan,
Maybe annually, but that's just your head. It's not your full
I
body.
guess.
Annual, that feels cheap. Well, you're not getting much out of it to just have, you're paying $80,000 a year to have your head turned into sludge to be scraped out and thrown away.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. But if neither of these appeal to you, there are also international options. A Russian cryogenics company stores not only people, but pets, including one entry under rodents, who is a deceased chinchilla named Button. Modern cryonic preparations at Al Gore employ a multi-step process to prepare the body for storage. First, they begin to cool the body while anti-clotting agents and organ preservation solutions are injected into the bloodstream and circulated under CPR. So the body is having this artificial circulation via CPR to get it like all the way through.
Okay.
Okay.
The body is then transported to the company's main facility where the original fluid, the blood, is replaced with chemicals that vitrify the body's organs, i.e., they turn them to glass.
Weird.
This offers...
Oh, this is the second time in 2 days that somebody has talked about vitrification.
Wow.
Okay.
So weird.
I
Why?
love it when that happens. What was your other example?
Oh, okay. Pregnancy brain or baby brain. What the fuck was the other example?
Was it about vitrifying your organs?
It was about vitrifying dead bodies. Oh, in the catacombs. I was finally listening to that Ologies episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it turned it to glass.
Interesting.
This offers some hope for cutting down on structural damage during the subsequent cooling and storage. Then the body is entombed in its Dewar capsule.
Wow.
So this all sounds scientific and careful, but is it really science or just applying scientific tools to a fantasy proposition? Is it possible to freeze the human body and revive it decades later? Currently, it's not remotely plausible.
Okay.
Will it ever be? That's probably an open question, but as it stands now, cryonics is a bizarre intersection of scientific thinking and wishful thinking. While cryonic preparation is now more advanced, the laws of physics demand that the structure of the body will break down rapidly after death, catastrophically upon freezing, and gradually over time, even while frozen. So here you go, Kenyon. Think of how badly frozen food ages in your freezer.
Yeah.
If the medical technology of the future becomes advanced enough, perhaps these corpses can be revived, but that is a big if. Let's say your body remains frozen until the 25th century. Then let's say that future doctors are interested in reviving you. How much work will they have to do to fix you once you're thawed? The answer lies in the condition of the bodies once they're thawed. Strangely enough, we already know something about this. So in 1983, Al Gore needed to lighten... they needed to... This was the gross part. Al Gore needed to light...
This was the gross part.
Yeah. I think I find it more gross now because I had a dream about it happening last night and it's vivid. Okay, in 1983, they needed to lighten 3 cryonauts, lighten them.
Lighten meaning like reduce the amount of people stored in there?
Reduce the volume of people stored.
Okay.
We'll cram them together.
Yeah.
Nope, they just cut off their heads.
The fuck?
So
They're not going to need those later?
no, they're only storing the heads. They're doing away with the bodies.
Go on a robot body, baby.
Oh, okay.
In one transhumanist conception of the future, medical science will be able to revive the brain and then simply make a new body or robot which will attach to it. And neuropreservation is cheaper and easier too. So just doing the brain.
Wow. I'm down for just the head. My body sucks. Like, put me on the robot with the working pancreas, please.
Yeah.
So the 3 corpses were removed from their Dewar capsules so that their heads could be cut off, still frozen, so requiring a chainsaw, and stored separately. Corey just walked in. Once the heads were sawed off and put away, Al Gore employees got to work medically examining the state of the bodies, and they wrote up their findings in great detail.
Great.
So at first, things looked reasonably good. While the bodies were still frozen, their skin was only moderately cracked in a few places, But once the bodies thawed, things started to go downhill.
Great.
Cracks appeared in the warming bodies, cutting through the skin and subcutaneous fat all the way down to the body wall or the muscle surface beneath. So
I'm just picturing like a really bad cracked heel at like when you're getting a pedicure.
Oh, times 10.
Ow.
It's all the way down. It's inches deep. I mean, it's all the way down.
Ooh.
One patient displayed red traces across the skin following the paths of blood vessels that had ruptured.
Oh.
Two of the patients had, quote, massive cutaneous ruptures over the pubis. So that's because the soft skin in these areas was apparently quite susceptible to cracking.
Leave my pubis alone. Ouch, my pubis.
Not my pubis.
Not my pubis. Not without my pubis.
God. While the external damage was extensive, the internal damage was worse. Nearly every organ system inside the bodies was fractured. In one patient, every major blood vessel had broken near the heart, the lungs and spleen were almost bisected, and the intestines were fractured extensively. Only the liver and the kidneys weren't completely destroyed.
Holy
And how long was
shit.
this thing frozen for? Not that long.
There were 3 of them, and this happened. So this was in 1983 when they were examining them. So I can't imagine it was more
Hadn't
than
been in there that long.
My God.
I can't imagine it was more than 10 years, but even that seems like a lot, but I don't know how long they were in there for.
Ugh.
The third body, which had been thawed very slowly, was in better condition externally with only a few skin fractures and no obvious exploded blood vessels.
Great.
However, the inside was even more annihilated than the others. You're right. This is a fantastic article.
Ugh.
The organs were badly cracked or severed. The spinal cord was snapped in 3 places and the heart was fractured. The examiners injected dye into an artery in the arm, but rather than flow through the blood vessels and into the muscles, most of the dye just pooled under the surface in pockets and leaked out of skin fractures.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh.
It's like Ebola.
Yeah. It just broke down. Everything just broke down.
Hey.
The medical examiners extensively detailed the content of the blood, the texture of the muscles, and the extent of the damage. They included photos. And they earnestly stated their conclusion up front, which was that the tremendous tissue deterioration will require incredibly advanced medical technology to fix. Worse, the probable destruction at the cellular level may require rebuilding the body at the molecular level.
Oh.
Yeah, just it's not worth it.
It really doesn't.
Like, die.
It doesn't-
Just die.
I mean,
you're not worth it.
You're saying
don't-
there's a
you-
chance.
You're not entitled to extra time.
The hell
No.
I'm not.
You're not going to do anything special with
My
it.
fear of
Also,
death.
Also, you as a concept is limited to this existence. You will never come back.
You don't know.
You
don't
didn't
know
exist
that.
before this.
You don't know.
You can never go home again.
Stop! I
actually-
can't handle this conversation.
Perhaps-
it's like hard disagree.
Yeah, I will be freezing my head.
Perhaps future medicine might be able to inject swarms of nanobots into your body to repair every bit of tissue, but don't bet on that happening anytime soon. Modern cryonics practices may ward off the horrific failures of the past, and we can't entirely rule out future medicine somehow finding fixes for the terrific damage incurred by the body in freezing, sitting, and thawing. But there's one more hurdle for the future revivification of your frozen form, the last great danger to your immortality, and that might be your crazy relatives. And several cases demonstrate this problem.
Yeah.
The family of a man frozen in 1978 eventually got tired of paying for him. The facility offered to cut off his head and store it for free, but the family turned them down. Instead, the body was thawed, submerged in a vat of formaldehyde like a laboratory specimen, and buried just in that condition.
Did he keep it?
I mean, fair enough. Look at like headstones.
Yeah, it's expensive.
They haven't been there that long, and they already look like shit. Like people, and that's free.
Well, headstones
aren't free.
But they're very
No,
expensive.
but like maintenance, you know what I mean? Like if you wanted to just like go and like tend to your relative's grave and like you could imagine pay first thing off the budget.
I don't know if they offered to store their head for free.
You're still then authorizing the decapitation of your dead relative that you don't give a shit if they ever come back or not.
Absolutely correct, and I love it.
Like, why?
I don't disagree with you. It would just be cool to look at someone,
I
look
don't
at
think
your
you get to
head.
visit.
His cap was decayed. His kappa.
Yeah, if you can't go look at it, there's no point.
Yeah.
So 2 further men were stored by their sons, one of whom had his father thawed, removed, and buried. The other son eventually buried his dad's capsule in its entirety with the remains still inside.
Aw.
Big Don Jr. vibes.
Yeah.
Relatives can also go to court and battle over what happens to your corpse. Richard Orville's family buried him against his wishes and was eventually forced by an Iowa court to dig up his body for preservation.
Freeze me
so
again.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's already decomposed,
Yeah.
and then you have to exhume and store
Oh,
him.
that's
Yeah.
so gross.
Yeah.
I love it.
A Colorado woman's family went to court to fight Al Gore for their mother's head. Never thought I'd say that sentence. Al Gore eventually got the head to preserve as best they could. Conversely, another woman's will stated that she did not want to be frozen. Her husband froze her anyway, and after a 4-year court battle, the state of California ordered that she be thawed and buried. One particularly well-known family affair is the story of a frozen Norwegian man who was initially stored at a California facility that worked with Al Gore. He was removed by his daughter, who stored him in an ice shed behind her house in Colorado. The body was discovered when she was evicted from the property, and the small town of Nederland, Colorado now has a Frozen Dead Guy Day celebration every year.
Yeah, you've
it
talked
is in
about
March.
that.
We have to go.
You've
Yes.
talked about
Oh
that
my
on
God.
GAC before, I think.
Yeah,
Sure
that sounds
have.
familiar.
Mm-hmm. So, to sum it up, while the chance of immortality may be slim, dozens of people still commit their bodies or brains to cryonics each year. If their remains aren't mismanaged or allowed to disintegrate, and if their relatives don't go to court over the body, there is now a good chance that they will remain frozen for decades. Unfortunately, they will come out of the process cracked into a million pieces, and the prospect of putting them back together again is purely science fiction for the foreseeable future.
Wow.
Yeah, and even if you have money to burn, like,
it's worth it.
don't.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try.
Money to freezer burn.
Yeah.
Money to freezer
anyway.
burn.
That was such a long article, but I was so fucking fascinated by it, and I knew that Amanda would want to be cryogenically frozen, so I hope I've changed your mind.
Nope, I'm all in. I'm in deeper.
Well, don't worry. As soon as you're dead, we'll just talk to Bill,
Yeah.
and he won't freeze you.
If I'm dead, Bill's been dead for years.
And on that note,
Thank you for listening, and we will see you next month.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Kala Yip, music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell, editing by Jonathan Camp. Check out our website and blog at wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wine and Crime Pod. If you have questions, answers, or recommendations to share, email us at wineandcrimepodcast@gmail.com. Episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, basically wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to spread the word. If you'd like to show your support, visit our Patreon page to keep this podcast and the wine flowing. Cheers!